Imagine being a literal god-tier entity, yet choosing to sit in the back of the classroom like a total nobody. Let's dive into these legends. We begin with number 10, the Misfit of Demon King Academy 2. Anos Voldegoad, the reincarnated Demon King of Tyranny, returns to find history rewritten and his legacy stolen. While attending the academy intended for his descendants, he purposely suppresses his overwhelming power to investigate those manipulating his past. Despite his efforts to blend in as a misfit, his casual displays of absolute authority frequently shatter the school's fragile hierarchy. Anos is the king of the "I'm not even trying" trope. Watching him treat legendary spells like minor inconveniences while maintaining a stoic, almost bored demeanor is peak entertainment. The sequel elevates the mystery, forcing him to play the long game against divine enemies. He doesn't just break the rules. He reminds everyone that the rules only exist because he allows them to. We begin with number 9. The Iceblade Sorcerer shall rule the world. Ray White is the world's most powerful sorcerer, yet he enrolls in Arnold Academy as an ordinary student to experience a normal youth. Burdened by the scars of past wars, he conceals his identity behind a polite, humble facade. However, internal conspiracies and high-stakes magical duels constantly threaten to expose his true nature as the legendary Iceblade. This series thrives on the contrast between Ray's goofy, earnest personality and the absolute devastation he brings when he finally draws his sword. It captures that classic hidden master vibe perfectly, focusing heavily on his trauma and desire for friendship. The payoff when his classmates realize they've been talking down to a living legend never gets old, making the slow burn worthwhile. We begin with number 8, Classroom for Heroes Blade. A former hero who traded his immense power for a chance at a normal life enters Rosewood Academy. Though he wishes to be a regular student, his weakened state still far exceeds the capabilities of the elite trainees. He constantly struggles to downplay his combat instincts while teaching his classmates what it truly means to be heroic. What makes Blade unique is his genuine social awkwardness and his hilarious attempts to fail upward. He desperately wants to be average, but his definition of normal is completely warped by his legendary past. It's a refreshing take on the trope, blending high-octane action with a lighthearted, comedic touch that keeps you rooting for his failed quest for a quiet life. We begin with number 7, the Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy. Lonus, a powerful Dark Lord from 1,000 years ago, awakens in the body of a 10-year-old boy. To navigate this futuristic world where humanity fights monsters called voids, he enrolls in an academy. He hides his identity as a legendary monarch, pretending to be a mere student while secretly rebuilding his dark kingdom from the shadows. The ancient evil in a child's body dynamic creates a fascinating power play. Leonis has to balance the indignity of being treated like a kid with his massive ego and world-ending magic. The futuristic setting adds a layer of sci-fi intrigue to the usual fantasy school tropes, making his secret machinations feel much more tactical and high stakes than your average school drama. We begin with number 6, Reign of the Seven Spellblades. Oliver Horn enters Kimberly Magic Academy, appearing as a diligent and unassuming student among flashy, arrogant peers. While he participates in school life with calculated normalcy, he harbors a dark, vengeful secret. Oliver is actually a master of the forbidden Spellblades, navigating a lethal environment where students rarely survive to graduation, all while hiding his true mission. This isn't your typical lighthearted magic school story. It's dark, gritty, and deeply psychological. Oliver is a master of blending into the background, making him the ultimate sleeper protagonist. His intelligence is his greatest weapon, allowing him to manipulate situations without ever drawing unnecessary attention. It's a sophisticated take on the hidden power theme, emphasizing strategy over mindless magical explosions. We begin with number 5, Mashley, Magic and Muscles Season 2. In a world where magic determines social status, Mash Burndead lacks any magical ability. To survive, he pretends his immense physical strength is actually magic while attending Easton Magic Academy. In the Divine Visionary Selection exam, he must continue this facade against the world's elite mages, using pure muscle to mimic complex spells and maintain his cover. Mashle is pure comedic gold. Watching Mash cast magic by just moving incredibly fast or hitting things really hard is a brilliant parody of the genre. He isn't just pretending to be weak, he's pretending to be something he's fundamentally not. The deadpan humor, combined with top-tier animation during the fight scenes, makes his struggle to remain normal absolutely addictive and hilarious. We begin with number 4, Villainous Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the Demon Lord. Reincarnated as Yumiella Darkness, a minor villainess, she accidentally grinds her stats to level 99 before the story even begins. Entering the Royal Academy, she tries to live a peaceful, inconspicuous life to avoid her tragic fate. However, her pitch-black hair and unintended displays of godlike power make her a target of suspicion and awe throughout the school. Yumiella is the queen of unintentional intimidation. Her social density is hilarious. She genuinely believes she's being subtle while casting spells that literally blot out the sun. Unlike other protagonists who are cool and calculated, Yumiella is just socially inept and overleveled. This creates a unique dynamic where the comedy stems from her failing to understand why everyone is so terrified of her. We begin with number 3. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the hero's ambitions. Akira Oda and his class are summoned to another world. But while his classmates receive hero roles, Akira becomes a lowly assassin. Realizing the king's ulterior motives, he uses his stealth skills to hide his true, superior stats from everyone. He operates from the shadows of the academy, investigating the truth while everyone dismisses him as a background character. This series nails the hidden in plain sight fantasy. Akira's role as an assassin makes his background character persona feel earned and necessary for survival. The tension comes from him knowing the dark truth while his classmates remain blissfully unaware. It's a great deconstruction of the isekai hero trope, placing a cynical, highly capable protagonist in a world that vastly underestimates his lethality. We begin with number 2, Classroom of the Elite Season 4. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji continues his tenure at the highly competitive Advanced Nurturing High School. Despite possessing unmatched intellect and physical prowess, he maintains a facade of a socially awkward, average student in Class D. Operating as the ultimate puppet master, he manipulates class exams and social hierarchies from the shadows, ensuring his classmates succeed while he remains unnoticed. Ayanokoji is the gold standard for this trope. His cold, calculated approach to human relationships makes every move feel like a high-stakes chess game. Season 4 pushes his peaceful life philosophy to the limit as more enemies realize he is the true power behind Class D. Watching his expressionless face while he systematically dismantles his opponent's lives is as chilling as it is satisfying. We begin with number 1, From Overshadowed to Overpowered, second reincarnation of a talentless sage. The strongest sage, having failed to protect his world, reincarnates into a future where magic has significantly declined. Reborn into a noble family with low magical aptitude, he enters the academy intending to live a quiet life. However, his basic spells are legendary tier in this era, forcing him to constantly restrain himself while secretly eliminating ancient threats. This takes the top spot because it perfectly balances the power fantasy with the relic of the past mystery. The MC's frustration with the modern world's weak magic is relatable, and his accidental displays of power are always epic. It's the ultimate execution of the trope, where the background character isn't just hidden, he is fundamentally on a completely different level of existence. Nothing beats the thrill of seeing an underestimated underdog reveal they were actually the apex predator all along. Whether they seek peace or vengeance, these hidden masters keep us coming back for that inevitable epic reveal. Which of these secret legends is your absolute favorite to watch?